Right now on WESH 2, an officer shot in the head remains hospitalized as the community around him rallies together to raise money for him and his family. And new details about the suspect accused of shooting him and how law enforcement tracked him down and his car hundreds of miles away. Also, the death toll rises as crews search for survivors in Surfside. What investigators revealed about previous damage to the condo before it collapsed. Plus, setting sail, what a local couple on board the first post-pandemic cruise says about their experience so far.
Local, live, late-breaking. WESH 2 News starts now.
A Daytona Beach police officer shot in the head is still in the hospital tonight as the community rallies around him. New details in the arrest of the man accused of shooting him have emerged. WESH 2's Claire Metz has been on top of this story all week and has the latest from Halifax Health Medical Center in Daytona Beach. And of course, Claire and the rest of us will continue to stay on top of Officer Jason Rayner's condition. You can find details on the GoFundMe account to help his family, and more can be found on WESH.com. Breaking tonight, Brevard County crews were called to rescue 2 drowning victims. This happened at Juan Ponce de Leon landing on Melbourne Beach. One person was taken to the hospital in critical condition and one person is still missing. Multiple agencies are searching for that person. We will, of course, update you on air and online as we learn more. In Volusia County, beach safety flew the red flag for dangerous rip current conditions. 45 people were rescued from the ocean today. Yesterday, 52 people were rescued. They are all expected to be okay. Officials also warned people about potentially dangerous sea life like jellyfish. Beach safety always recommends swimming near a lifeguard. Turning now to our first warning forecast, meteorologist Alex Alisi is with us. And Alex, it's no wonder there were more people at the beach today with the sunshine.
Yeah, that's right. And those rip current risks went up to this afternoon. I know there's a rip current risk advisory that was out until 8 o'clock this evening. Tomorrow, rip current risk should be a little less. There should be a moderate rip current risk. But again, it's still important to swim near a lifeguard if you are going to be entering the surf. Take a look right now. Things have calmed down significantly across the interior, though we are still dealing with some of these coastal showers, and we'll be dealing with them lingering around as we head into the overnight. Right now, the heaviest of the rain down near Mico and Palm Bay as these showers work their way across I-95. But notice they are short-lived. Once they move on shore, they lose a lot of that support and they fall right on apart. You can see also near Scottsmore, these showers trying to work their way into Seminole County. They won't make it too far. This shower made it pretty far actually and towards just north of Deltona before it fell apart, and a little bit further up to north watching some spotty showers making their way into Flagler County. Temperatures right now still pretty warm with the humidity. A lot of these temperatures still feeling like the mid 80s, though 78 degrees the actual temperature outside in Ocala, the Villages and Leesburg, still 78 in Orlando, 76 now in Sanford, New Smyrna Beach, close to 80 sitting at 79. Pool forecast for tomorrow, just like today, it's going to be okay. We'll be tracking a few showers and storms as we head into the afternoon. Futurecast running, we'll time that out hour by hour in just a few moments. Matt?
Alex, we'll see you then. And of course, download the WESH 2 app for interactive radar and the latest forecast from our team of first warning meteorologists. Turn on the alerts for updates on severe weather in your neighborhood. As families cling to hope, Miami-Dade officials have identified 4 more victims in the Surfside condo collapse. 9 people are dead and more than 150 are still missing. As Jennifer Johnson reports, the search and rescue mission is moving slowly but will continue throughout the night. The Better Business Bureau is warning against fraudulent fundraising in the wake of the Surfside building collapse. The agency advises people to seek established charities that meet its standards. And if you are donating to a crowdfunding campaign, be sure to read the post carefully. Today, officials bust family members of those missing close to the site. This comes after some expressed frustration with the progress of search and rescue efforts and asked for greater access to the site. People boarded 2 buses that took them to a location near the collapse. WESH 2 is staying on top of this developing story as crews work to find survivors. Stay with us on air and online for the latest details, and to learn more about how to help those affected, go to WESH.com. Scary moments at a South Florida apartment complex when a man opened fire from a balcony. Police have identified the shooter as 25-year-old Kyle Raymond. and they say that he is in custody. About 1:30 this afternoon, someone called 911 saying they thought they saw someone in the parking lot who had a gun and was acting strangely. When police arrived, that's when Raymond allegedly started shooting at them.
I just thought it was like a transformer or something. And then, probably like 30 minutes later, you heard about 12 to 15 shots back to back. And then that's the last shooting we heard of.
He was on his balcony, I believe it was the 3rd floor of the apartment, firing in the general vicinity. So, I mean, a police car did get hit with a bullet. So, you know, that's enough to put our officers' safety and lives in danger. So at that point, we retreat. We bring in the SWAT team, negotiators, and try to talk him peacefully and calmly out because we want a peaceful resolution. And that's what happened. He came out without incident.
No one was hurt. The apartment complex and the surrounding area were on lockdown, though, until the suspect was caught. Well, for the first time in over 15 months, a cruise ship with paying passengers has departed from a U.S. port right here in Florida. And an Ormond Beach couple is on board the Celebrity Edge. WESH 2's Amanda Dukes talked with them today about their experience so far. The hot market is cooling down. This pandemic housing frenzy is beginning to calm. What experts have to say about the best time to buy. Plus, Yabba Dabba Showdown? A California city sued the owner of a Flintstones-inspired home who came out on top. And using TikTok for good. How one woman raised more money than she imagined and how she used it to help others.
I'm Soledad O'Brien. This week on Matter of Fact,
rainbow flags are flying high for Pride Month. Find out how this colorful banner became a global symbol of inclusion.
Next on WESH 2.
Welcome back. Pass through any neighborhood these days and you'll see for sale signs quickly changing to sold signs. The housing market is hot right now with demand outweighing supply, but there is some good news for prospective home buyers. Aixa Diaz is in Washington with more on what experts are saying. In Hillsborough, California, one homeowner's homage to a beloved cartoon was taken to court, and it turns out the Fred Flintstone-style house here can stay. The Yabba Dabba dispute pitted property rights against government rules. In the suit, the city alleged that the owner had violated local codes. In the end, a judge ruled that retired publishing mogul Florence Fong can keep her eccentric home, along with its colorful sculptures and towering dinosaurs. A new pandemic record has been set at the box office. F9, the Fast saga, zoomed off the starting line, beginning its North American run with $70 million. The biggest opening weekend since Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker 18 months ago. In second place, A Quiet Place 2 held steady, bringing in $136 million as its domestic total. This weekend, The Hitman's Wife Bodyguard fell from first to third with $4.9 million. Turning again to our first morning weather, Alex is back with us. Alex, we had a pretty nice Sunday comparatively. How's our work week shaping up?
It's going to be shaping up at least to start off the week close to what we saw today. So we saw a little bit more sunshine this afternoon. Tomorrow I expect to be watching some mix of sun and clouds out there, and also a few coastal showers to start off the morning. Those will work their way inland as we go later on into the afternoon tomorrow. For right now, they're pretty much pinned along the coast. You can see the worst of the rain or the heaviest of the showers are down in southern Brevard County, working out of Mico now, working their way out towards the west, towards Osceola County, but they are falling apart as they work their way out towards the west. These showers have made their way into Seminole County. You can see now just some light sprinkles just north of Tuliota, heading out towards Longwood, south of Sanford. Also watching further up to north in Flagler County and northern Volusia County, where these showers are now making their way between about Ormond Beach and Daytona Beach. Again, as they work their way inland past I-95, they do tend to fall apart. Quick look at the tropics. This was named an invest earlier this morning. It's moving towards the west-northwest at 17 miles per hour, moving pretty quickly over the next 2 days. We have a 50% chance that this is going to develop into potentially a tropical depression or a storm before making landfall. It's expected to reach land as we go late tomorrow night. Models are still pretty consistent, putting it somewhere between about Savannah into Charleston. Again, heavy rains and some gusty winds expected as that system makes it on shore. Also watching tropical Invest 95. This is slow to develop. We'll have to watch it as we get to late next week. As we get late next week here closer to home, highs will be in the upper 80s, back into the low 90s by next weekend, with rain chances right around 40 to 50%. Hey, Zach.
Hey there, Alex. Reports came out this evening that the Magic have interviewed a name that is sure to be a fan favorite for the head coaching vacancy. I'll tell you who has emerged as a serious candidate coming up next. Plus, possibly one of the wildest non-major golf tournaments in recent memory. I'll show you the battle that had more playoff golf holes than any tournament since 2012 when we come back.
First warning weather on WESH 2 is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan. Dial pound law on your cell phone.
WESH 2 Sports is sponsored by Mullinax Ford, where our low upfront prices and no dealer fees makes buying fast and easy. Shop Mullinax, Florida's largest Ford retailer. Now, WESH 2 Sports, sponsored by Mullinax Ford.
Hello, everybody. I'm Zach Maskovich. It's certainly a busy time of the year for the Orlando Magic as they continue to build for their future. Coming up in just about a month, they'll have 2 of the first 10 picks in the NBA draft. But first, they need to hire a head coach. Also want to say congratulations to Carrie Korda on winning the Women's PGA Championship in Atlanta, her first ever major. Stay with us. More news continues on the other side.
WESH 2 traffic updates are driven by Toyota of Orlando and Toyota of Claremont.
Local, live, late-breaking. WESH 2 News starts now.
The rest of the world is beginning to reopen, and over half of the United States is vaccinated now. But there is still a looming threat. NBC's Kathy Park reports on the new COVID-19 variant that experts are keeping their eyes on. AstraZeneca has started vaccinating participants in its trial of a COVID-19 variant vaccine. The vaccine was designed to protect against the beta variant of the virus, which was first identified in South Africa. Test participants are both vaccinated and unvaccinated people. For unvaccinated people, the new shot replaces the usual second dose in a normal vaccination schedule. For vaccinated people, it's given as a 2-shot series with 12 weeks between doses. No AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine has ever been approved for emergency use here in the U.S. A bipartisan group of senators is asking the CDC and TSA for answers about mask guidance for public transportation. That request was sent Friday. They want the TSA and CDC to let them know when new guidelines for planes and buses will be available. They are also looking for updates on the latest data on how COVID-19 transmits for travelers who are fully vaccinated. Congressional lawmakers are hoping to move quickly in the few weeks they're in session this summer, with both parties looking ahead to the 2022 midterms. After announcing a bipartisan agreement from the White House, President Joe Biden says he's committed to seeing this $1.2 trillion infrastructure deal through. This has Democrats feeling the pressure to deliver on the president's promises, while Republicans are looking to take back control of Congress in 2022. Meanwhile, former President Trump is back on the road last night, holding a rally in Ohio.
Democrats really unified in those midterms when Trump was president. How do we make sure that we take back a chamber? Now we need to unify as Republicans.
President Joe Biden is also hitting the road, kicking off a nationwide tour in Wisconsin on Tuesday to promote infrastructure. A dangerous heat wave is gripping the West with temperatures in the triple digits. 25 million people are at risk, and the heat may stop some 4th of July fireworks displays. NBC's Guad Venegas shows us what people are dealing with. And back here at home, we are keeping a close eye on the tropics as 2 areas could develop. WESH 2 First Warning meteorologist Alex Alisi is here to break it all down. Alex?
Yeah, that's right. We were watching these 2 areas. The first one, it just popped up as an invest earlier this morning. 50% chance in the next 2 days that this will develop into a tropical system. Really, it's going to be reaching the coast by late tomorrow night. So it has a slim window to organize and get going as a tropical depression or a storm. It's moving to the west-northwest at 17 miles per hour. Right now, the winds are at 35 miles per hour, so just shy of that tropical storm strength. If you take a look at the models, pretty consistent. I mean, it doesn't have far to travel. It's going to be getting over the warmer Gulf Stream waters. That's going to give it a better chance to develop and strengthen before it makes landfall somewhere between Savannah and Charleston. So heavy rains and some gusty winds expected in that area. Over towards the more towards the east, coming off the coast of Africa. We've been watching this wave for the past few days. Development still slow to occur. Over the next 5 days, only a 30% chance that this would develop into a tropical system. Models are pretty consistent as well, bringing it all the way across. As it gets closer to the Caribbean late late next week. That's when we could see some more development, and then it's expected to curve up towards the north and out into the open Atlantic. Winds right now are at 30 miles per hour. Now, coming up, we'll take another quick look at the tropics, plus what we can expect for the week ahead here at home. I have all the details in your forecast coming up. Matt?
Alex, a man was hit by gunfire while walking through New York's Times Square today. Police say the 21-year-old was with his family near the Marriott Hotel when he was struck in the back by a stray bullet. The man was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. Police say he was just an innocent bystander, and now the search is underway for 2 suspects. The shooting deaths of 2 people in Massachusetts is now being investigated as a hate crime. Authorities say the alleged gunman made troubling white supremacist rhetoric that targeted black people and Jewish people. Officials say both of the shooting victims were black. The shooter, Nathan Allen, was killed by police officers. Officers thought that they were responding to a traffic accident after Allen crashed a stolen truck. But when they got to the scene, they found retired State Trooper David Green shot 4 times in the head and 3 times in the chest. Air Force veteran Ramona Cooper was shot 3 times in the back.
This is a sad day. These 2 people protected our rights. They fought for us to be safe and to have the opinions that we have, and they were executed yesterday. And we will find out why and find out more about this man that did this.
The district attorney said she had no knowledge of the gunman before the attack. A surfer is out of the hospital after he was bitten by a great white shark. This happened off the coast of California. The 6-foot great white bit the back of the man's leg, seriously hurting him. The surfer managed to get out of the water and flag down a fisherman nearby who used some of his gear to help stop the bleeding until help arrived.
He was surfing, so he was relatively close to the shore. And he was out surfing, and a great white came up and just took one bite out of him and released him.
The program director for the Pacific Shark Research Center says great white shark bites are rare, and when they happen, it's usually a bite and spit, which means that the shark knows there's something there, but doesn't know what the surfer actually is. The China National Space Administration has released new footage capturing the country's Mars probe. China says that rover has been working on the red planet for 42 days and has moved about 260 yards. China's rover isn't the only one on the red planet searching for life. It joins NASA's Perseverance rover, which is there too with a similar mission. New York City took to the streets to celebrate Pride this weekend. The Reclaim Pride Coalition held its 3rd Queer Liberation March. Events took place around the city to commemorate the 1969 Stonewall Uprising in Manhattan, which sparked the gay rights movement. Some elements remained virtual this year, while others kept capacity limits in place in the wake of the pandemic. In the spirit of pride, when one woman found out that a waiter wasn't getting tipped just because of who he is, she took to the internet to help him out, and she raised more money than she could possibly imagine, and she used it to change many lives. Alice Keefe has the story. And proof that social media is not all bad. Well, we're less than a month away from the Tokyo Olympics. How organizers are moving forward and putting on a safe event.
I heard that the Olympics was going to be in a play. I was like, wow, I'm going to go for that.
And beyond her wildest dreams, we'll introduce you to a woman going to Tokyo as a member of the first ever U.S. skateboarding team. Her story when we come back. Welcome back. We're less than a month away from the Tokyo Games. Today, the Olympic torch relay reached Mount Fuji on its way to Tokyo for the opening ceremony. The Japanese government lifted a coronavirus state of emergency for Tokyo and other parts of the country. Organizers say they're moving forward with putting on a safe event as many athletes have already started to arrive. Skateboarding will make its Olympic debut next month in the Tokyo Games. It's one of the new sports added to the Olympic roster. Angel Salcido caught up with one athlete who's excited to be part of that inaugural team. An impressive gift. Mariah is one of 22 people on the first ever U.S. Olympic skateboarding team. Another big change to this year's Olympics, one of the best tennis players in the world won't be there. Serena Williams will not be competing. She made the announcement today. She did not go into detail, but said there are many reasons that factored into her decision not to go to Tokyo. And we're counting down until the Olympics and the opening ceremony in Tokyo on July 23rd. WESH 2 is your home for all the events when coverage begins. Turning now to our first warning forecast. Meteorologist Alex Alisi is back with us. And Alex, looks like a quiet night is upon us.
That is right, Matt. It's looking pretty good outside at the moment. You can see right now the only showers we're watching are really spotty and along the coastline. We'll start down in southern Brevard County, where we're seeing those light showers continue to fall apart as they work their way out towards the west, towards Kenansville. Just a few spotty showers making their way into southern Osceola County. A little bit further up to the north, I've been watching these showers fall apart as they work their way into Seminole County, across Brevard County as well. There's a few more showers off the shore, though, so as we head through the overnight, we'll continue to watch the shower here and there hitting the coast. Daytona Beach about to see another moderate shower working its way on shore, and then it'll fall apart as it works its way to the west of I-95. A closer look at home here in Orlando. You can see the cars moving along smoothly on I-4. Not much in the way of rain here. Also mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. Temperature still 78 degrees, but it is humid outside, so it feels like 80 still. Winds are out of the east-northeast at about 9 miles per hour. So day planner for tomorrow, plan on a bit of sunshine and also that heat. Temperatures will be warming up into the 90s for most of us as those showers start to fire up and move on inland as we go towards the afternoon. Daytime highs, again, most of us in the 90s. 92 in the Villages, 91 Leesburg, expecting 92 in Claremont. Along the coastline, just a little bit cooler with those temperatures in the mid-80s. As we go over the next 7 days, we'll keep things dry again tomorrow. By Tuesday, we start to turn those rain chances back up to about 50% with those coverage, about 90 degrees for in the upper 80s as we go through much of the week as those rain chances get a little bit more widespread for the afternoon. But by next weekend, we'll start to slowly dry things out, 40 to 50% coverage with a high of 91. Hey, Zach.
Hey there, Alex. Coming up after the break, we're talking more about the 2020 Tokyo Games, especially how one Olympian is looking to make history. After the break, we will hear from the Major League Baseball player Eddie Alvarez as he looks to join an elite list of athletes that have won medals in both the winter and summer games. Stay with us.
Now, WESH 2 Sports, sponsored by Mullinax Ford.
Hello, everybody. Once again, I'm Zach Maskovich. Now, we already know it's incredibly hard to qualify for either the summer or the winter Olympic Games, let alone both. But for one Miami Marlins player, he can join an elite list of not only making both games, but potentially winning a medal in both. Kendra Douglas has Eddie Alvarez's story. Kendra, sure would be cool if he is able to pull off that feat. Matt, let's send it over to you.
Zach, it absolutely would be cool. Thanks. Now let's send things over to First Alert meteorologist Alex Alisi. Alex?
Hey, take a look right now. Over tomorrow, we're going to be dealing with a few coastal showers to begin the day. Then we'll watch for a few spotty showers to make their way inland. As we take a look at the next 7 days, rain chances increase as we go towards midweek, with temperatures staying right around the 90-degree mark. Matt?
Alex, we hope everyone will get their work week started right and bright and early with WESH 2 News Sunrise. Our Sunrise team will get you out the door with the biggest stories of the day, plus the weather and traffic you need to start your day. It starts at 4:30. That's our news for now. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.
Time and Temp brought to you by Boniface Hires, warranty forever. Thank you.